almost 150 now. Um, we were at 143. So yeah, got 17. No, we're 149.
We're one away from 150. Could be the 150th. All right. So, oh, face.
Wait,
See us. So
wait till, wait, wait till.
I won't find him. Find it. I'll meet you. Hey, good evening here. I'm Ray. This is Mike. We are going fishing. We're ready. It's been warm. It's time to go fishing. I'm watching Facebook. I'm seeing a bunch of people out there catching largemouths, crappies, trout, everything now. It's time to go fishing, I guess. Now it's finally there. I got my two fingers here. Their stitches come out next week. We'll be ready for fishing.
You gotta stop putting your fingers in places they don't belong.
Uh,
That's what I'm
Fishing,
just saying.
big teeth, big fish. That's all I gotta say. They've been putting it in me. The
Well, I'm just
piranhas.
saying.
But anyway, but yeah, so I'm seeing all these pictures. I'm getting excited. I'm ready to go. I got the kayak ready. This weekend I did some work on that. My one buddy was already out in his kayak, caught some fish. So hey, everybody's got to be out fishing now. It's time. It's that time now to go. Where's everybody going? What's everybody doing? Are they going to go trout fishing? Are they going to go bass fishing? Um, Musky fishing, walleye fishing. I believe, like, I do a lot of fishing in Pennsylvania, so Pennsylvania, I believe, walleye goes March 14th, and then we'll come back in May 5th. I believe that's correct. At least that's what it used to be. So people are fishing, unless you're fishing between Holtwood Dam and Conwingo Dam, you can walleye all year. Not that I'm really keeping them, but hey, fishing's heating up. The warmth's coming in. I think winter's over. I don't think we're getting any more damn snow. That's good. I was talking to Mike earlier tonight when he first got here, and we were discussing how it's like I watch a lot of the Great Lakes fishing reports, and crazy. The people out there are actually bitching and complaining because no ice. They didn't get ice this year. Weren't able to drive vehicles on the ice. I mean, they had a little spurt where they were out there, but a lot of people were talking. I know with the Lake Erie fishing page, a lot of people were sitting there stating that, hey, they're already out there in their boats. This is unusual this time of year. Love it, loving it. I'm loving it. It's warming up, ready. Time to fish. I'm actually got my trout stuff ready, but kind of thinking about putting that aside, wait until a little later in May, maybe just do a little walk down the stream one day or something like that. But man, right now it's just starting to get really warm and getting going. I mean, come on, Mike, what are you feeling? You feeling like you're ready to go, man? You
I am
feel it?
so
I'm
ready
ready to.
to go.
I'm ready to set
These
the
warm
hook.
days, I get up in the morning and I go to work. And when I walk out of the house, I hear the birds and I feel the warmth. It's like, I'm like, yeah, it's about time. We're about to come into that pre-spawn. We're about to get ready to go fishing. We are I'm looking at my kayak and I'm like, man, I can't wait to get on this thing. This is the time that the excitement starts rolling in for me.
Oh yeah.
I am so ready to get on the water. I'm waiting for the water temperatures to rise. Um, I spent, I don't know, hour, 2 hours, couple hours on uh, um, maps,
Mm.
just looking for new places to fish and how to get in there. That's like one of my little hobbies.
That's all easy stuff though, getting in the spots.
I know, but I'm looking for the new places. I'm looking for where people aren't. But I am so ready to get on the water. I can't even tell you. Get my the new boats registered and whatnot. I am so ready.
Like you feel like a kid on Christmas Day.
It's coming into that season.
It's that
You wait all winter and everything's stagnant, and you can only mess with your fishing poles so much. But m- I'm just trying to. Sorry, guys. I'm looking at comments as we're going.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's definitely time. I'm ready to start doing fishing. Hey, John. Hey, I didn't get a hold of you this past week, John. I am going to definitely be getting in touch with you, very soon. Um, but yeah, we'll talk about that later. I'm actually probably going to. I think I actually hit you a friend request for Facebook, John. So if you accept that, that would be awesome. And then maybe message me your cell phone number or something, so I have a way of getting a hold of you. But yeah, no, this is a exciting time right now. We're finally getting to that warmth, and I'm ready. I'm ready to go catch some fish, and I'm really ready to get these stitches out so I can get my
He
game on because
he doesn't need me taking the fish off the hook for him. Like,
yeah, I've been messing with my fishing rod. Just makes I could probably reel one in. I'm just wondering how much reaction I would have with the fingers, man. With it stings
oh,
already today, all week from working. So now I'm like, I don't know if I'm really ready to be reeling these fish in. But anyway, yeah. So hey, anybody who's on watching, if you haven't subscribed to our YouTube page, hey, make sure you subscribe to that. That would be awesome. Helps us out. But yeah, other than that, it's fishing season. Let's talk about where we're going. What's everybody shooting for? Where's everybody going? Is anybody going out this weekend? I think tomorrow it's supposed to be 60 degrees here. Nice day. I have already planned a little fishing trip for the middle of next week, right after the day after actually the day they take my stitches out, I'll be fishing. So I'm going to put them to the test right away. But yeah, it's that time, man. I'm ready, man.
I'm watching the barometer and temperatures, and I'm looking and mid next week and next weekend. Or there's two spots. The barometer looks like it's going to drop. Um, Temperature looks good. What was it? It was Friday. Man, Friday looks sweet.
Yeah, it's gonna be nice. I might have to take the kayak out next
We need to take
week.
that
Just go
out.
out, even if it's just for a quick thing. But
I'm feeling, I told you, I think I'm feeling, I got a couple new places that I want to fish. Even if I don't catch anything, I want to go scout out
oh,
a couple
it's
new areas and,
yeah.
and check water temperatures, that type of stuff, because I need to get on the water. So I got a question, and I just asked Ray because I'm not familiar with it. One of my friends on Facebook, Bruce, he was talking about topwater uh,
Walleye.
walleye. I don't know topwater walleye. Walleye, I always thought of as crankbait, something deeper, live minnows. But what? Anyone have experience with topwater walleye?
Yeah, I did. I have. I done a lot of walleye.
You need to
So here's the thing. You keep you just keep talking for a second. Well, I'll check if you talk. I'm gonna walk away here. Give me a second. I'll get the lure out and show you
see
what I'm
leaving
using.
me hanging again. That's
No,
not.
no, I'm good. I can still talk to you and do everything. I'm just gonna
Nah, I
walk
got
away.
you. No,
Um,
so I'm a top water guy. I love top water. My ideal day is warm summer day, wind dies, water is glass, sun setting, and the pond starts to blow up. That's where I am in my element. I will take that. Or we'll get out there on the water, pre-dawn, and watch the sun come up. Again, water's glass. I hate the wind, but I love those. And to see my when I have my bait out there and you just see that blow up on my bait, that is the ultimate exhilaration. That's the ultimate adrenaline rush. Ultimate drug for me is to see that happen. Oh, so I'm interested in this top water
all
walleye
right.
because
So
I have this idea.
here this is. This is an old lure. Well, really not that old, but I used this when I was even younger. So this is probably 20 years old, but you can see that it's just a Rapala chartreuse, probably 2 inches, shallow diver. I use that in late winter, like late November, early um, December. I'll try to put it a little closer so you get a good look. Really good. Doesn't go that deep. Um, does really good on the Susquehanna. Um, but that is, if I was to go out in the spring, that's it right there. If I wanted to fish something a little shallower, I have
Well,
some of
how would
these.
you fish that?
Just throw it out,
Like
basically,
a
on.
steady retrieve, jig it,
Yeah,
or
no, I would do all just pretty much a steady retrieve. Let it get down a little deep and everything. I do have some other ones that are a little bit bigger, 3 inch. So if I'm trying to cast a little further, I'm not getting out where I need to go. Because with this, I'll use this on a light to medium action rod.
okay?
Because it is so light. I would use that, but I have some other ones that are a little bit heavier and stuff like that that I would use. So, but that is definitely a go-to for me. I'm sure you go fishing somewhere else, they'll have 50 different things they're telling you to use, but that is like my big go-to for topwater walleye, and it is. It's not. not like the top water like you think, like when you're fishing a rubber frog and you're
like
fishing.
a hollow body.
Yeah, like when you're fishing the top water and it hits, it explodes the top water. When they're talking shallow walleye, they're maybe anywhere from 1 to 2 foot under the surface. That's
And
top water bite, because usually walleye are deep. Usually walleye are way
well,
deep.
that's why I'm like, how fast is your retrieve then?
Uh, I would say I'm a normal retrieve, just cast out and just like I'm reeling in a spinner. I wouldn't, nothing real fast. I would, depending on the temperature of the water, if it's cold, but walleye are a cold water fish, so they're going to be a little more active. But just reeling it in, I would say more, just like I said, like you're doing a spinner, a steady retrieve. Um, Works great. It usually just goes down enough.
Okay.
But I've with on these things, I used to have four of them. I tell you what, these things here are unbelievable.
And I know you like the chartreuse in this thing.
Yeah, the chartreuse is a big thing for me with that. I like the chartreuse. But yeah, no, really good walleye, smallmouth, even smallmouth will definitely hit on this pretty hard. Anything really perch, I've caught yellow perch on it. But no, it's a good lure. I like it, even though it's an old one. Now these days they have all these things. Like I'm seeing pictures of these guys using glide baits, catching
Hmm.
these monster ass largemouths, and it's like, okay. I mean, I have one glide bait. I've really never used a lot of them, but
They
I'm
look
seeing.
really great in the
Yeah,
water.
oh no, when they're in the water, they look phenomenal. I mean, I like the way they move and everything. The action looks good. Um, Actually, I've even caught a snakehead on my one glide bait last year in October. I'm out there fishing for something for muskie, and boom, I catch a snakehead on this thing I'm using. So yeah, no, really, really good. Um,
The,
but it's
the glide baits are new to me, and
yeah.
I'm
I'll put this
sitting
lure away.
out in the middle of the river in the Brandywine, and I'm watching it, and I just have it in the water, kind of just hanging with the current, and I'm like, wow, this looks like exactly what it should look like, just hanging out in the current. This is awesome.
Yeah, it's all them glide baits are really good. I do like them. Um,
I just don't have the experience with them. It's like one of those things. Like I want to embrace this stuff, but it's new to me, so I'm not going to be the old guy that said these newfangled fishing lures. No, I want to. I see the value. They're awesome. I just don't know how to use them yet. I'm going
well,
to say this, guys. We are looking at the Facebook thread, Facebook live thread, and the YouTube live thread. So if you got anything to say, Ray's watching YouTube, I'm watching Facebook. Let us know because we want to be able to respond to you guys. We want to be able to talk with you guys, and we want you guys to help guide our conversations. So please comment.
it's either
And
that or you
John,
want to listen to me and Mike bullshit all night long and just
which
like.
is fine.
Yeah, like we talk. Me and Mike talked the other night. Again,
I said,
it's the same story every night. We said, Mike said, we get off the phone. 25 minutes later, we were getting off the phone after an hour already on the phone. So so if you guys want to listen to us talk and bore you all night long, hey, hang out, let's do it.
uh,
But I got something for you.
go ahead.
So this year, do something new. Like every year, I go out and I fish, and I always like last year. My big thing was the snakeheads. I got really hooked on them. Bought a bunch of snakehead stuff. Bought a bunch of different swim baits. Just trying different things. Last year, I tried using a lot more rubber worms when I was fishing on lakes instead of like little crankbaits. I'm always more of a crankbait person. But like this year, I want to try something new. So if there was something new, and it's actually something it's not a new lure, but it's a lure that is new that I'm going to try this year. I am really going to try to make this lure. I just want to see. I mean, back in the day, I used one and it worked out really good. And I want to just do it again this year. I'm trying to think of different things. But what's people using and trying out? What are you using to go out with and try for, some fish? Like what's new that you want to use? Like, hey, is it like something, and it doesn't have to be an absolute brand new lure, but just the lure that you're going to use that you haven't used in a long time. For example, the rattle trap. Some of us haven't used rattle traps in a while.
That's a great
Um,
spring lure too.
yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
Like a crawdad
Yeah,
or rattle trap.
yeah. Like
Oh
that's
yeah.
or is that something you guys are going to use? I'm going to try one of these things. These are one of them. I'm probably going to butcher the name, so don't blow me up and call me every name in the book for us. I think they call them the head on
Oh, I love.
head on spooks.
That's
I'm
one of my
actually going to
go-to.
try to bring this thing back this year. I'm going to try this. I mean, like a lot of last year, I did a lot of top water fishing and stuff, and saw a lot of times when bass were hitting the top of the water. But that's the lure I'm going to try a lot this year. I'm going to try
That
the spook
that
out,
spook.
and yeah, and I'm just going to try it out. It's all it is a spook. It's something that's been around for years. I bought four of them just to get them to going on and try them out and everything. Try to catch them bigger bass and stuff and snakeheads and stuff like that from the kayak.
I
So it's
use these spooks. I like the ones with the prop in the back, and I like to rip it and let it pause. But these things, I've had amazing luck with
yeah,
largemouth. I've caught on these, but largemouth and snakeheads, and yeah, these things, and the spook right at dusk, right when the sun sets and the water's getting it's like I don't know if you guys remember it because I can't find it, but they used to have the silhouette jitterbug, and that silhouette jitterbug bought me some big ass bass.
when I was a kid, that was my dad when we go to like pond fishing um or lawnmower repair shop and old timers would come in. These farmers would come in with their tractors and say, "Oh, I'm having problems," and the guy always had a couple extra parts and so we get to know farmers like, hey, hey, my dad come fishing on your pond. Of course, I was 13, 14 years old. Like, yo, yeah, sure. This is where we're at. And I'd get my dad when he came home from work and grab it. My dad would hand me a jitterbug. He was like, here, just throw this all night long. And that's all we would do is just walk around ponds.
Those
I
jitterbugs
get,
are
oh, man.
they're awesome.
And they just, when the bass hit them on the top of the water, man, it's like the little explosion, all excitement. But no, the jitterbug's good. But the spook, my dad used to always use these things. He had one that was all chewed up. I actually still have it. But that's what I'm bringing back this year. I'm bringing back the spook this year. I'm going to really try it. It's going to be one of my go-tos through the summertime. For late evening.
Okay,
Um, like
I'm gonna tell you.
like like the whopper flopper. I have a couple whopper floppers that I've never used,
Yeah,
and I think I think I'm going to give them a shot, try them out, and make them work and do what I can do with them. You know what I mean? It's one of them things.
and
It's
I have a few chartreuse
oh yeah.
with that same hidden thing
Mhm.
that I haven't used a whole lot. I usually go to them in the evening, but same colors as that top water bait
Yeah.
Ray just showed you. My thing that I want to learn more is chatterbait.
Yeah.
I'm not a, I don't know really well how to use chatterbait, and I know it's a great spring lure because of the depth control
Yeah.
and the action on it. But I just don't have a lot of experience. So anyone that wants to shout out and some tips for me, send it in.
I like the spinner bait. I like
I like the
don't mind the
spinnerbait, buzzbait, but
spinner bait. The spinner bait's like the thing to go to for during the spring of the year. I would like to do
you
that for
watch.
fishing like the little ponds around here and stuff using them because that's again that's depth management there. You're not going to go all the way down. Probably retrieving slow.
Oh, on that note, I just saw something. I don't know if you guys remember, I'm sure you do, but the old pig and jig with the
Mm.
cork. That company that used to sell, we used to see it as like those frog pork strips and formaldehyde or whatever the hell that toxic like inject. That is back. Someone's making that again, so you can use the pig and jig again. You can buy that.
I have so many of them things.
Those things
So
were great for tests.
the only thing is I had a lot of the skirt things I had, the jigs, were always real heavy. So I lost a lot of them because I used them a lot on the river, and just the rocks just eat them up. But now I got a couple other ones. Like now I got some smaller ones, some smaller weighted ones, and I got them. I actually right after Christmas, I went into Cabela's and did a little shop one day, and like I said, I mean, dude, first of all, I walked in the store and the guy's like, "Oh, we're giving 10% off here. You would have gave you a little card scratched off, so I got 10% off." Well, I sat my stuff down. So I had to go to the bathroom. I didn't want to walk in the bathroom with 5 boxes on me. So when I come out, they're all searching me. So I come out, and the guy hands me another one, and it was a $50 off. I won. I was like, ah, 10%, $50 off.
Really?
So I waited till I paid for everything. I was like, okay, is the 10% worth it? Because the coupons were only good for that day. And when I went to the register, they honored both of them. They gave me the $50 off and the 10% off one, I think.
So
So,
what, they owe you money?
nah,
No.
I no, I had bought a $300 reel, so that didn't help out.
Oh, you got your
I
that
got
they see.
yeah, I got the DC reel, so I was ready to go and everything like that. But yeah, no, it's just now I'm ready to put it all to work. I'm done. I'm not buying any more lures the rest of the year. I'm just going to fish and see how many I can lose.
Okay, I gotta tell you, if I had a nickel for every time this guy told me I ain't buying any more lures, I'd be a very rich man. And I know,
I never known you for a year,
and
so you
you
need
could say the same thing
yeah,
to
yeah,
me.
yeah. It's
Uh, I just bought this. The wife's gonna kill me. I'm not buying any more. Oh,
oh, I
and
need some more.
you gotta see what I just bought yesterday. We do that.
Yeah.
So, um, I just had a friend text me today, and he's going to Blackwater. He wants to go snakehead fishing, and he asked me for advice, and that's where the chatterbaits came up. But a couple of our friends in High Octane and Snakehead Outlaws, they got some new baits that you guys should check out that are medium runners. They're not top water baits, and they're not just below the water. They run a little deeper, and that's what you're looking for too. For these fish that like snakeheads, they're not going to be hitting top water. They're not going to be hit. So you want something like that. So look out, and I'm just going to give a shout out to those guys that check out their sites because you will find some great baits that are tested and reviewed, and guys do their research. So I'm going to throw that out that if you are wondering what to get besides like the obvious, check out some of your local. Uh, we're in Delaware, Maryland, New Jersey area, but check out your local guys. Take care of them. Uh, I got John on here that keeps shouting out to us. I just talked to him last week about the tomato worms. Anyone that was on, I couldn't find the tomato seed worm. He sent me a test batch that he did, and they look phenomenal. So you want to get in with your local guys because they're going to take care of you, and make sure you do that because one, it like it takes away from the corporation back in our hands. And two, you got a personal touch. You guys can get these things, these custom orders, and that I know at times I've needed. I had a tournament that I was doing last year, and I needed specific baits from that I wanted for Snakehead Outlaws. And Jesse met me at a place during the day on his time to take care of me because he knew I needed it. So take care of your local guys, and they're going to take care of you. Just going to throw that out.
Yeah. Yeah. I supported a lot of the snakehead companies last year with getting hooked on there. So
Yeah, you did. They
I
could
think it's
build a
good
new
because
wing in their house
well,
to use you.
oh yeah, I think with what I had for that, like really out of me and you were talking about this, recently. Like really in my snakehead box, I probably about 15 to 20 lures that I have used. Every one of them, tried every one of them out. I got really hooked on the Boya Junior frogs last year. I just liked to fight on the frogs. They were fun. So I used a lot of them and a lot of the tailored lure
I wonder
frogs.
Booyah box.
Here,
We'll
I'll give
grab
you.
that because there's something I want to do with that.
Yeah, there's a lot of well, they're all mixed in with like the tail or lure ones too. Like
Well, I
so.
want a Bullia Junior natural that I want to be able to put up because this thing has produced more fish for me in the early spring than any other topwater lure I can't see.
Here, hold on. So these are all the juniors.
This one's okay, the yellow.
Our lighting's really not so good down in here.
No, but it's all good. Um, looking for one specific.
This is that's my go-to right there.
Yeah,
The
these yellows
yellow.
are good, but
Yeah, the yellow is really, really good. That's it. That's all I have for Boya Junior.
one don't have in here.
Well, they're all in here. Whatever I have is in here.
I
Might
know
be a pop. Might be one of the popper ones. One of the
it's a
crushers.
it's a Bully Junior pod hopper, pad hopper, and it's a natural color. Not last summer, this or not last spring, the spring before that. I had to buy a new one because I caught so many fish on it, it rubbed all everything off of it.
Yeah,
And
here's the pad hoppers.
I caught more bass
Here's the pad hoppers. Well, so here's one.
over 4 pounds.
There's one of the natural ones. I'll put it
Let
up
me
right
see.
there. And then here's like a brown one, like a brown yellow.
Yeah,
That's it. That's all I have for
seeing
pad
my
crushers.
not seeing my go-to. I'll bring it next week. This is because I rebought it because it's that and live action makes one too. That's phenomenal. But in that early spring, look for what looks like the wood frogs, the peepers that are out, because those peepers are all around and the fish are feeding. They're pre-spawn. They are hungry. They've been dormant all winter and they're looking to gain some energy before they spawn. So those things that look like what they're actually going after, like the wood frogs, even even the toads, a little later in the year.
Yeah, they are. They're all like really good. So the top
So
water
I
fish.
don't use the bright baits in the spring. The bright baits I don't have as much. If I'm using something by a lot of these companies love the bright baits, but white is good. But besides that, the greens, browns,
Yeah,
those
the
colors.
chartreuse, like I said, if I'm river fishing, not chartreuse this time of year.
It also depends on the how clear the water is.
Yeah, it's still chartreuse.
Well, the
Because
chartreuse,
a lot of times when I'm fishing, if I'm fishing on say like the Susquehanna and I'm fishing one of the dams, a lot of times the dams always seem to be pretty clear, even after like a lot of rain. Especially well, if there's not any water running, of course the water's going to be clear. But yeah, no, I do a lot of that with on the Susquehanna and stuff like that. So the color of the water really, I mean, yeah, it does matter. But we all like that murky water, just a little bit of discolor. I don't really like the totally like clear water.
no, you're
Um,
right.
I like just a slight. I mean, I want to be able to see the rocks, but at the same time, a little murkiness in
We
between the
always
water.
called it milky,
Yeah, milky, like
like
no,
chocolate milk,
well,
or
chocolate milk is when it's high and running. Whenever it was just raging, it's chocolate milk. That's what we would say. When they go by the river, and
okay,
it's freaking 5 foot out of its
let's
banks
call it
and shit. That's
chocolate skim milk.
that's not chocolate. That's,
No, but
skim milk.
no, no, I didn't say to drink it.
Oh no, but the skim milk. Talking skim milk is the
I'm
grossest
just
shit in
saying
the world.
that stuff that it's
Oh,
still you can see through it, but it's got a little brown tinge. And up north in Vermont, about during the summer, you get a good rain and they get a little milky right after the rain. That was when you went
yeah,
trout fishing because they couldn't see you as well, so they didn't spook as much. And I find that with that carries over to all fish.
yeah, yeah,
So
absolutely. Yeah, I agree.
what's up, Jeff? What's up, Hendo?
But yeah, but no, it's definitely different. With this time of year now. Like I said, I'm going to try to go do a little musky fishing next week one day.
You want a
And
brand new one?
no, oh no, secret spot. Going to the secret spot, man.
I'm gonna.
I'm gonna go.
There's
I'm gonna
Brandywine
get
has
up
a
on.
whole river.
I gotta get up on the. I gotta get up on the Susquehanna.
Right?
Like to, especially being that warm. That would be really nice to get up there and do a
I come with you.
little fish. Sure, you come with me. I take off sick from school and just play hooky. I just have to talk.
I'm
I just have to talk to my
feeling
boss, and
something coming on.
I just have to talk to my boss and see if I can be off. You know. But now, I just, I'll probably stay local. I'll probably maybe go hit and do a little bank fishing. Maybe hit the Brandywine. Maybe hit a couple ponds. Try to get out. Not looking forward. I just don't want to go back out trout fishing. They trout fishing. It is what it is. But
It is what it is.
yeah,
Trout fishing, trout fishing in August would suck because, like, the experience of trout fishing. Because in the spring, you just want to get out of the house and get on the water. But I'm just that experience.
sure, if at this point right now, I take the kayak and just put it right out in Lum's Pond and just go float around Lum's Pond for a couple hours because there's some good bass fishing in there. Early spring's good, so this would really probably be a good time to start hitting that pond.
What's the saying? That's why they call it fishing, not catching.
Yeah, I want to go out there and maybe go out there. Oh, I'll catch fish if I go out there. But like this is the time to do it because once that pond gets so damn hot, that thing's just nasty. But yeah, no, this is definitely a good time to start doing a little early fishing, tearing some shit up. So
Nice,
hey,
nice.
I'm glad they got back to you there, Hendo. That's good. Sounds good.
Yeah, man. I just saw the same thing.
That's
So
good. They're good guys, man. They really are.
and
It's
let us
just
know how it turns out too.
yeah, you have to realize they're a smaller group, so they're small time still. They're trying to get up there and get big, so that's good. You guys maybe help each other out, you know.
And help us out. We're all
Yeah,
gonna grow
yeah,
together.
yeah, yeah. Let them know you heard about us, about them from us. Yeah,
Let's take care of our own here.
take care of everybody all the way around. That's it. Really, yeah.
I just forgot. There was something I was going to mention in here, but we got to talking about something else. This is
Old age.
it's old age, and yeah,
That's
other
old age. You forget. That's why I during the day I'm working and I'm like, oh crap, I need to get this. So I look at get my phone out and hey Siri, I need this, and remind me of this or do something with this here. My phone's actually operating as I'm talking. Um, but I have to do that to remind myself. If not, I'll totally forget. It's bad. I mean, I always have like a notepad too, so I'll write stuff down. But you still forget. You don't always remember, but you don't remember.
he's older than me.
Yeah, yeah, I'm older. I'm a lot older.
You know, a lot older. But
Yeah, I'm a lot older than our producer. Our producer's a young producer. He's over there sleeping tonight.
he's a
Every
young buck.
everything's running so smooth. He's like, I don't have to do anything. I'm good. I can take a nap
Oh
now.
Jesus, we've been through so much. This is a piece of cake
Yeah,
now.
yeah. This is no.
I mean, for those of you who just joined, we started out with a tablet leaning against a shelf and
Holding the camera
holding a camera, and me
on
trying
Zoom.
on Zoom, me trying to run it and watch the thing. And I said, we got to do something different. We ended up buying cameras and mics, and actually, I got a new, more powerful laptop. Yeah, we took care of we took care of our labor force by forcing my children into slave labor.
Yeah.
But oh, and that's why you guys gotta subscribe to YouTube because I told them we get paid, you get paid. Until then, you are on the same
They're
level as us.
they're free. They're free labor, man. Free labor. That's it.
That is it. And so support my children,
Yeah.
if nothing else. Or what do they say?
Support your children.
Yes.
Oh,
Or a tarantula is gonna crawl on your. What do they say in those things in the TikTok thing? Just smash the like button and all whatever. Do all that stuff that they tell you to do so that we can eventually get paid. 'Cause I don't need to be teaching the rest of my life, and Ray doesn't need to be on floors. We want to
I
do
almost
this.
lost my finger.
Yeah, see, he's fearless anyway. Look, he lost his fingers. On this thing, it goes a little higher.
Yeah. Done. One of these. This was a rough one.
What we got here? What's up, Ralph? And what food? I don't know. I got food. I got beer. Beer's good. Beer's like food. It's like a food
Mm.
group in and of itself. So that's all good.
Yeah, I was this weekend. I'm trying to think. I had my daughter's engagement party, and I was sitting there, and I think it's my daughter's fiance's grandfather, I think, and sitting there, and his wife's yelling at him about drinking. Oh, you need to drink more water. He's drinking Miller Lite, and he looks down at the Miller Lite can, and he goes, "Got water in him, all right." And he just kept drinking his beer. So we're being healthy.
It's as Dennis Leary once said, it's hops, it's barley, it's a meal.
Yeah,
Got calories. I don't know how much protein's in that. It's all good.
yeah, it's all good.
But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
So I got to bring in one thing from what's going on with me. So I run a fishing club at school, and because I'm Title One, I have to be inclusive. And one of my concerns was being able to offer this to everyone. That was a big thing I wanted to do. Is the people that don't fish that really want to learn how to fish. I wanted to be able to offer that to them, but I don't. I have some extra gear, just like any of us have, but I got a crap ton of fishing poles, combos from a friend, new friend, and I've been going through them, and it is a walk down memory lane because, unfortunately for him, his father passed away, but there's rods that date back well before I was born, and I'm not spring chicken, obviously. So I'm going through these, and I'm like, this is the history of fishing in the last 60 years, and I really enjoyed it. So enjoyed looking at these. Now I'm to teach my students how to just do maintenance on poles. I obviously took some of the older ones. I'm going to keep them. But some of the newer ones, we're restoring. I'm showing them how to oil and grease and just maintain poles. But those things are awesome. Some old ugly sticks, Brownings, a lot of Shakespeare, um, South Bend, things that I haven't seen. I found actually in that lot that I got was the reel that I was my go-to reel as a teenager. It was if you guys remember, the old Shimano Quickfire. This one's a 3000. There's a 3000 and a 2000 in there with a trigger so you can grab the line and cast it with one hand, kind of like a bait. And this has been really exciting because this has been what I've been doing for the last week. And have the opportunity to pass that on to my high school and show them. And these are some of the kids that came on have never fished, and they really want to learn a little bit about fishing. And I'm so excited to open that world
Now,
to
do you
them.
get? Well, here's my question: do you get them out? Do you get
Mm.
things like during?
Well,
You
I
have to. Can you do it during school?
not during school hours.
It's an after school activity
So we meet Wednesdays, every Wednesday after school,
for an
and
hour.
about an hour, and that's where we do our work. We're trying to drum up money. I have them looking for grants. I'm going to tell you a story in about 2 minutes about that, but I have them looking for grants to get us some cash. But the other thing is, and what's really hard is to get them out on the water. So one thing I'm working on is just a community board. So if someone's going fishing, you put it on Discord or something like that, that, hey, I'm fishing such and such. Anyone wants to come, then it's not necessarily a school event. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So yeah, we don't. Yeah, we don't. I mean, obviously, if I'm there, but if I can, I'm trying to facilitate the connections between.
How many kids you have in? Kids are in.
About 15, which is a pretty good start.
Yeah, I'm just thinking like for you know trying to get these kids out there. enjoying themselves, try to get them places where they can actually go. It's safe, for some of them.
Well, safe, but Bex is right down the road from me.
Mm.
Rum's is here. I know, but you could throw worms and catch sunfish all day for the kids that just started
That's
out.
what you need to do is you need to find somebody who has like a private pond, like on a farm.
Hmm.
Like, hey, look, I have kids. I'm teaching them how to fish. Let us come. You bring that way. You're in a pond. You just walk around a pond. Everybody's going to catch fish.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I just got to get fish on the line for them because once they start catching shit, they're gonna
Oh
get hooked.
yeah, they'll be hooked. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. It'd be nice if somebody had like a pond or something where they could hook you up and where you could take the kids. Like, hey, everybody, let's hop in this vehicle. We'll take two vehicles, get there, we'll go to this pond, or have your parents bring you to this pond and fish it. Maybe even if it's done on a Saturday. Like, hey,
Well, that's what I'm saying.
you know what I mean? Like, hey,
It
look,
doesn't have to be.
you get that permission for a Saturday, and you get somebody like, hey, let's go do this, and get the kids out. Yeah, no, fishing's for the kids. Trout fishing's coming up. Um, Unfortunately, not having a lot of money because of the school and all that. Like, kids can't get hip boots. Trout fishing, you
Yeah.
just can't.
Well,
You
that's why
can't
we're
just
working
fish.
on
I
the
mean,
grants.
technically, you can fish from the bank, but
It ain't
it's a
the
hell of a lot easier with hip boots or chest waders on and stuff like that. At least for me, I know it. I'm not going to be going trout fishing from a bank. The only place I really do that without hip boots would be like if I'm going on the Susquehanna hopping rocks or something like that. But it's kayak time, man. This heat, man. I'm
well.
like so fired up. I'm ready to go now. I'm ready to be out there.
I've told you this story, but I'm going to share it here. So when I told my students to start looking for grants, I'm trying to just be a facilitator. I want them to do. I'm not going to do the work, but they started calling local tackle stores and whatnot. And in Delaware here, local, we have a tackle store that has one of the best names for a tackle store. It's called Masturbators, and that's the name of it. And they contacted Masturbators, and Masturbators said, "Sure, we'll sponsor you, but you heck, because a lot of people we can't sponsor because of our name." So they came to me all excited saying that they'll sponsor us, but they need to have their name on our stuff. So
There's nothing wrong
obviously,
with that. I mean,
no, 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 it's a legitimate thing.
yeah,
And I said to them, guys, I know it's now you gotta understand these are 15-year-old.
so it's hysterical.
It's hysterical.
Yeah, it's great though.
So I said, you need to run this by administration. I'm not going to tell you no because that's not my place. And then they're going, well, why don't we go, since you masturbators, but why don't we go to Dick's Sporting Goods and see if I'm like, Jesus, guys, really?
There's
We're a school. You really think this is going to fly? So you all know how this turned out because it didn't. But they, these are my 15, 16-year-old boys. They were all about that. And the 15, 16-year-old boy in me can relate, but that ain't happening. That's not real.
you really need a pond. You need somebody that has a pond, and you have enough ponds like farms around here that have ponds. You go knock on the door and tell them what you're doing. I may get some permission.
I got a lot of people in the local fishing community that have been very supportive of this
Yeah,
thing because this is brand new. Ideally, what I'd like to, my end goal I would love to have a school fishing team,
yeah,
a competitive fishing
yeah.
team, because high schools have competitive fishing teams, and I haven't seen a lot of that in Delaware. But we're our spot. We got Pennsylvania, Maryland.
Yeah, the problem with that is with fishing. I mean, like I could see like with Delaware. Like if you lived in Florida, yeah, you have warm weather all the time. Here we go into the winter, so there's not too much going on. I don't know, the past couple winters we've had mild winters, so
But
it's
they have to go into the summer. I'll
that's
do it
what
in the
like
summer. I'm fishing.
yeah,
I
like I
don't
said,
care.
that's where I said like find a homeowner that has a pond that's willing to let you go fish.
The problem with that is our location. A lot of those people that would are the farm ponds.
Yeah, well, that's what you want. You want a farm pond.
But there's not a whole lot of close farm ponds to my school.
There's also a lot of ponds like in neighborhood, like and they're
The drainage ponds, they're not a bitch about that.
yeah, but I mean like there's ponds like you could take the neighborhood of Brennan Estates. There's a pond right inside there. You can fish that pond. It's a public pond.
No, you can't.
There's people
I
fishing.
live there. They used to try to chase us out.
I walk in there and go fishing all the
I
time. They
do
don't do
too,
nothing. Nobody says a word to you. I
but
walk, I
they're
say
they're
hi to
all
people.
posted.
Yeah, we walk right on them. Nobody says, "Oh, please tell me you live in the neighborhood." One lady came up. I said, "I live in the neighborhood." Oh, okay, you're okay.
Yeah, but
So
they're
it's
they're posted and they're a pain.
but there's so many ponds. There's
No, I
ponds like
know.
there's ponds like in Newcastle, like Quigley Boulevard. There's ponds just along that industrial park, and you can literally park right in one of the businesses, park in the ponds right there and fish. I'm just trying to think of somewhere easy
Hey,
to fish.
any of you that are watching this or watching it in the future, and you got any recommendations for me to bring my students to, I'm all ears because I want to get them on some fish, and I'll get them on fish, get them on sunfish all the time, but I want to get them on some bigger fish, and it's hard because a lot of the places around here, to get on them, you got to be on the water, not from the bank.
Yeah.
And that's not all the time, but when you got a whole bunch of kids, you that's when it gets hard. So,
Yeah.
any recommendations for me, or you got a pond that you want to share?
Needs like a 1 acre pond, and
Mhm.
that's enough to put a couple kids around. Just of course when you're fishing a pond, like I know when I fish a pond, the first thing I do is I walk around the whole pond fishing it real quick.
Yep.
And then I slow down and I fish a little slower and then try different things. And if you're,
Look for the water's coming in. Look for where it's coming out. Look for structure. Look for
usually,
weeds.
usually you ain't gonna find too much structure in a pond. That's one
But
thing.
you got the weeds.
Yeah, you get the weeds and tails and stuff like that. But other than that, you don't really have too much with that. But yeah, it's yeah, you definitely need to get yourself a
Yo, Hendo, I'm working with DNR, so but appreciated. I'm trying to get DNR to help me with that.
yeah, that's actually a really good resource, DNR too. You
Yep.
contact them and I mean they could they probably you really go to Lumps Pond.
Yo,
And
Lumps Pond has things set up.
they have the paddle boats and this stuff like that. I bet you if you went into the office and say, "Look, I'm trying to bring kids, trying to go fishing, trying to do something," um, maybe they let you guys. Well, you would need quite a few adults if they were
I
renting
got that.
boats and stuff. Like if you get some of their parents
I
to
got,
take
I
two
got.
kids.
Let's see. I got Ray Hamilton.
Oh, that guy ain't coming out. He charges
Ray Hamilton's a great fishing guide, and I heard that he would love to come out with me.
these kids. I'll smack these kids. Oh man, as long as they're man, we'd have fun. Them kids would be going home. Their parents would not like me. They'd be like, "This guy, man."
No, maybe they
Coming,
would like you.
yeah. I'd be cussing like the minute other kids be coming home. Oh, that effing fish.
Okay, these are high school kids. You ain't saying nothing.
They probably teach me a couple of things.
Yeah, they would. I guarantee. I will guarantee
I'll
you
get
they
some
will.
slang. That's it, man.
You'll be able to. You will upgrade. Okay.
I'll come home with a whole new vocabulary. I mean,
Yes, you will.
yeah, that's great. That is great. That is,
But honestly, this is really fun for me, and it's something that I enjoy because I grew up in a household. My dad didn't. Um, my dad was a great dad, but he didn't fish, and I took up fishing. And my mom did her best to try to facilitate this, and I love fishing, and a lot of friends' parents helped, and I want to. That's exactly why I'm doing this. 'Cause I want to give this opportunity to kids that don't grow up in fishing households, and get them off their screens, off their phones, and get them onto the water where life actually is happening. Because it ain't happening on the screen; it's happening all around them, and so many of them. So that's my goal here is to get these kids that don't have the opportunity to get on the water, enjoy what you and I do. But
yeah.
we go out there and you get me up before the sun rises and we're on the water and our kayaks
How does
are
the
on the
sun
water.
Yeah,
and
it's
we watch the sun come up
yeah,
over these beautiful, crystal clear, untouched. And we're like, we're not even catching, take it in.
sun's nice, man. It's nice being out early in the morning, it's quiet and everything like that. And then start hearing all the cars. And then that's the end of that, you know, all the cars start coming down the road and traffic lights starts
And when we
happening.
go up to Octorell,
Oh, yeah, there's some of the places we've been up to, like up PA. That's a reason why I go up
or
there.
Holtwood,
Oh yeah. When you get
that
in,
morning, that sunrise at Holtwood was
it was
exquisite.
unbelievable. That was a unbelievable morning.
Hey, any of you out there, send us your sunrise and sunset pictures because I know you got them, and they're amazing, and I'd appreciate to see what you guys got because we got some amazing we see, and will only help me lure in more people just to see the beauty that we see when we're not catching fish. What are you looking at? The wildlife, the sunsets, the sunrises, the whatever you got. Send that into us on the chat. Send us your pictures. I'd love to see what you guys got up.
Yeah.
Ray's got Ray's got more pictures. Actually, one of the best things with about fishing with Ray is that if we have a crappy day, I never have to worry about him having a bad time, and he doesn't have to worry because we don't care if it's a bad day. And I know he's got his camera out somewhere and he's taking pictures of this duck or that heron or that flower. He's always got a good camera with him. And he's what do you do when you're dead? What do you do when you're not catching fish? Is it's just nice to be out on the water. And how do you appreciate that?
Yeah, some days I just like you get out there sometimes and you just having a rough morning or whatever. Gotta kick back, relax, regroup, you know, lean back a little bit out there and just
You
so, so nice when you're out there.
got those great pictures of that hawk when we were
Yeah.
just drive. We were
That was a
we
golden eagle. That was actually and look, I really know my birds really well. The only thing I can say that compares to it shows as being a golden eagle.
okay. I could
It's
see that.
definitely not a bald eagle. It's
No,
definitely not a premature bald eagle. The thing was way too
it
big
was
to be a
huge.
this thing was probably almost half of my height. So this thing was, but it's when I look at it,
If
but when I look,
people miss that, yeah, that was my son saying that's saying when it was.
but it's but no, it was definitely a very large bird. But the only thing I can look up is being
No,
golden eagle. Technically, they're new tiger, but
that was a shitty morning,
yeah,
and we just decided to drive around, and we actually we stopped at the side of the road, and there was an old ditch there, and Ray's like, throw some lures at that. There might be something in there. And this is how we spent our morning, just because we weren't catching anything in our regular spots,
yeah,
throwing lures at whatever we saw and taking pictures and just driving around. And that was a great time.
yeah. I don't think we went more than 2 miles away from where we were at. So
We were
it
just
was
trying stuff.
what's up, Greg? It's about time you join us.
Greg, what's up, man?
That guy. But anyway, yeah, no, it's definitely on. It's time. It's warm. I'm ready. I'm ready to get out of here. Like so I'm ready to get these stitches out and be able to get my hand wet and do what I want to do and enjoy it. So
Me too.
yeah,
Upcoming. Um, we are gonna do something on kayaks. I can't. We really can't do something on boats like you guys. I have a boat, a John boat, but I don't have a lot of experience. I bought it because honestly, I was buying look in the market for a boat trailer for my kayak, and I found one that included a boat that was cheaper than buying the trailer, and I was like, okay, we got to jump to it now, right? So, but we do know kayaks way more than I do, but I went from nothing to being all in on kayaks. So we're gonna do an episode on kayaks. But please tell us in the future if there's something that you guys are passionate about, whether it be technology like fish finding, equipment. Let us know what you want. And also, I'll say this, there's something that you have an expertise in and you want to join us for the show, we're all about bringing you guys in. We can patch you in, or for you local people, we'll bring you on in here. But can't do everyone, obviously. But if you've got something that's pertinent to the show, and got something to say, let us know and tell us what you want to talk about. And I'm not saying we can bring everyone on, but if you got something that I hate to say it like this, but we also have to utilize our audience. You got something that we think everyone's going to be interested in, please tell us. We will get you either on with us for the show or give you a segment to speak your mind. Because honestly, I can't speak for Ray, but I'd love to hear what you got to say.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to. Obviously, we're not going to turn the show over, but we want to include our audience as part of it, and we can't like just take calls all the time. This is us talking. But if we can pre-plan for it, we can give you a voice on the show.
Yeah.
So,
Definitely come on out, visit, whatever. Yeah. Oh yeah.
and we will have some guests on. Actually, during the show, we were just talking to someone, and it looks like hopefully we get John on for a while because
Yeah, in April he said he's off on vacation, so he probably come up soon.
and we'd love to have John with Castanassis. He's also Delaware pot hoppers. These are people that influence. They're influencers.
Yeah. That makes his own lures and stuff like that. So if you ever need anything, like he actually had made in the comments, he has a thing, I guess this weekend he's gonna be down near Lewis, or that weekend of April, they're having a grand opening, the bait
They
shop.
did a opening last weekend there, but
Yeah,
yeah.
he's gonna have some of his baits and stuff down there. So if you're down in the Lewis area during that time, definitely go down, check him out, and support John in any way you can.
Oh yeah, and a bad day of fishing's better than a good day at work.
Always better. It's always better. Any day fishing is better than a day at work. I'm just ready for them summer mornings where you can go out, fish from like 5 a.m. to like 8 a.m., come home and
For work for a little while.
go to work for the day, and then it's
I gotta tell you guys
kind of
before we
gets
get off,
rough, but
these guys got me out, and this was before. I don't even think I had my first kayak yet, and I might have been using one of Ray's, and they brought me out, and we fished from sunrise until like noon. And I'm used to fishing in a like a john boat or some other boat where my legs are under me, and they had me out there. I got cooked. My legs go sunburned in their entire lives because they were used to being under me. But
well,
the experiences I've had this past summer with kayak fishing, that's why we have to do
I think I'm gonna have to break out the pacifiers this summer. Everybody whining about a little bit. I sit out there and take my shirt off and burn all day long.
That's why that is why I'm gonna live longer than this one.
Working on my beach pod, man. Working on the beach pod. But hey,
We gotta
yeah, we're gonna wrap up and everything right now, and
before he wraps it up, I'm gonna say bye because this is his wrap up.
yeah, so we're gonna be like I said, next week. Hopefully, have the stitches out by the time we do the show next week. Hopefully, my fingers are feeling better.
He stops
Hopefully,
whining about it.
hopefully I get out. Oh, they're twanging today. They hurt today. But anyway, but yeah, we'll be doing some fishing, talking some stuff. Maybe hopefully have some pictures for you next Thursday if I can get out before then. But other than that, we I guess that's really about it. I don't think we have anything coming up. It's starting to go, but hey, it's warming up. Everybody get outside tomorrow. Get outside. I think it's supposed to rain this weekend. And but other than that,
Where are we going?
we're going fishing. Everybody, peace out. We'll see you next Thursday. Cut us off. Cut us off. Cut us off.
You gotta say it before we do our sign off. Just give me a hand signal before. What was that?
Yeah.